Will Smith claps back at memes of him and Sean Diddy Combs and speaks out for the first time about his history with the music movement.
I've seen video content of a child that's the same age as mine being raped by an American man.
And just a few I can come up with. Will Smith, he's bigger than Diddy.
Exclusive footage of Will Smith speaking out about Diddy and his involvement in the freak-off parties has been leaked by TMZ. Celebrities linked to Diddy are scrambling, cooperating with the feds for immunity. Even Ashton Kutcher has agreed to testify in Diddy's upcoming federal trial. The fallout is intense.
What we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I see them now. Some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all their memes. I can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's. I ain't been nowhere near that, man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people get so many things. People say so much stuff, but you know that one it was your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
On December 9th, lawyer Tony Busby filed a civil lawsuit against rapper Sean alleging that Jay-Z was involved in the alleged rape of a 13-year-old Jane Doe alongside Sean Diddy Combs at an after-party following the MTV Video Music Awards in New York City. This new lawsuit has sent shockwaves through the celebrity world. Celebs connected to Diddy are distancing themselves from the drama. Ellen DeGeneres has reportedly moved to England with a wife Portia de Rossi. Ashton Kutcher is preparing to testify, and Demi Moore is nowhere to be found.
Now, as far as Jay-Z's concerned, this can really go one of two ways. This might be an isolated one-off case that he has to defend, or potentially it could be a Me Too type situation where other victims come forward. Obviously, we saw that with Diddy and Cassie Ventura. So the coming days and weeks are really going to be telling. And Tony Busby says he has more than 100, maybe up to 300 victims he's representing. So it's going to be interesting to see if any of them also name Jay-Z.
And Nima, if such a high-profile name like Jay-Z has come out, could more celebrity names be tied to these lawsuits? What do you think we can expect?
No question. This may just be the first celebrity domino, and Jay-Z was unmasked as celebrity A, but let's not forget there's a celebrity B in that same lawsuit that allegedly witnessed the sexual assault, a female celebrity. And there was someone who went on CNN earlier this week and said that his sexual assault was witnessed by another celebrity as well. So I think we're going to see more celebrity names identified very soon.
All right, Nima Rani, thank you so much for joining us. As you said, this is one that has entered the court of public opinion. It's nice to have your actual legal advice on.
In a recent episode of the PBD podcast, Fox News host Jesse Waters revealed that Fox News had intel indicating Ashton Kutcher agreed to testify in the upcoming federal case against Diddy. Kutcher was reportedly planning to move to Europe afterward. Allegedly, tapes implicating Kutcher, Jay-Z, and Ellen DeGeneres are now in FBI custody, and many celebrities are scrambling to cut deals or flee the country.
Bring in these people. A lot of these people were also aspiring young artists in the music industry. And then these parties were sponsored by Motown Records CEO, Universal Records CEO. This goes all the way to the top. And so you get these people in compromising situations. The drinks were laced, the videotapes were hot. And then at the end of the day, you wake up the next morning, what did I do? And then they have compromising material on you. And then they can guide your career. They could kill your career, but they got you. And it wasn't just people in the music business. As you said, there were athletes, there were celebrities, there were politicians, people from the royal family. And we were also told by the former bodyguard that Diddy was an FBI informant. Whoa. So he was a snitch. and was feeding information to the feds. And we don't know what that means. We haven't been able to confirm it, but even Little Rod said it's not just like Epstein, it could be worse than Jeffrey.
Ashton Kutcher, a longtime friend of Diddy, is reportedly one of the people set to testify in the federal case against him. Kutcher's relationship with Diddy, including his involvement in Diddy's infamous parties, is said to have led to his divorce. Distancing himself from Diddy, Kutcher allegedly found the activities so horrifying that he chose to abandon his acting career. Though he tries to portray himself as innocent, Diddy's tapes suggest otherwise.
I've been on FBI raids where I've seen things that no person should ever see. I've seen video content of a child that's the same age as mine being raped by an American man that was a sex tourist in Cambodia. And this child was so conditioned by her environment that she thought she was engaging in play. But the right to pursue happiness for so many is stripped away. It's raped. It's abused. It's taken by force, fraud, or coercion. It is sold for the momentary happiness of another.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, I can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. There was one moment, so it's not really a party story, but our relationship was really bizarre. So it started over punked, because he was like, yo,
don't punk
you
me.
can't punk me. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you, everybody's on the table. He's like, not me, I'm off the table. And so that started our conversation. We became fast friends, and we used to just hang out watching.
Ashton Kutcher's past reveals troubling patterns, such as inviting 13-year-old Davy Chase to Diddy's 2003 after-party, despite knowing the kind of person Diddy was. Further unsettling is Mila Kunis's revelation that Ashton, nearly 20 at the time, attempted to kiss her when she was just 14. As we uncover more about Ashton's history, it becomes clear that his relationships with minors have always been...
So good, you're doing so good.
I just want to say, everyone will suffer. Hey, MTV Rock! What? The MTV Movie Award.
Coming to the after party tonight? Yeah! Coming to the after party tonight?
Ashton Kutcher is just one of many who could be exposed if Diddy loses his case. Diddy's ex-bodyguard revealed Ashton was a regular at Diddy's notorious parties. With 250 hidden cameras in Diddy's home, Ashton knows he's on the tape seized by the FBI during the recent raid, which is why he's now willing to testify.
Heard about that, but you heard about the reports that Ashton Kutcher, he's worried that Diddy might lie on his friends. You heard about that?
But that's what I've been saying. I said, if the federal government wanted somebody more than they want Diddy, if he has some information about some people that they would rather have other than him, he's able to get that information to them. But they gotta want it. They gotta want it. And Ashton Kutcher and him they were real tight. One time, me, him, Ashton Kutcher went to a Nets game, and we met Jay-Z there. You know what I'm saying? So they were close, they was cool.
But you think Diddy would do something like that? Allow other celebrities?
Well, why would it have to be a lie? Because if he get caught in he gonna be as truthful as possible. You understand? He's gonna give them enough information, whereas that it's gonna make him look like the choir boy. So Ashton Kutcher, he has a right to be kind of alarmed if he was doing things with Diddy. Remember they used to have that group called the what do they call it? The Brat Pack? With Diddy, him, and a couple other guys was hanging out. Leonardo, one other guy too. I forgot the other guy's name. So They all might be worried.
For him to come out with that comment, I mean, that is suspect. It sounds like he's worried that Diddy might give up some information.
That's why. That's why he made that statement. To set it up. To set up the atmosphere that, yo, this guy's gonna lie on us. This guy ain't gonna tell the truth on us. But what we know is that wherever Diddy went, his tape recorders went. His camera equipment was working. He was videotaping everything. So they might have that videotape already.
Reports suggest Will Smith may not be as innocent as he claims. Though he denies involvement with Diddy, it's known that Will had ties to him for years and attended several of Diddy's notorious parties. While he insists he's no longer involved with Diddy, we can't ignore rumors of Will and Jada allegedly engaging in threesomes with Jennifer Lopez.
You were dating J-Lo. Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
You look fantastic.
We gotta go black.
Oh, we got it. Oh, we're black. I'm sorry. What do you say about the allegations? There's like, like so many rumors. Anything you want to say? We suing. I know that's right.
Gene Deal has also spoken out about Will Smith's connection to Diddy, recalling witnessing Will getting close to Diddy. We've seen photos of Will at Diddy's all-white party, yet he now claims he wasn't involved. It's shocking, especially considering that just a few years ago, Jimmy Kimmel and others were openly discussing Will and Jada's ties to Diddy on live TV. The celebrities most worried about being exposed are often the ones scrambling to distance themselves the fastest.
With the story about how Puffy wanted to fight Will Smith over Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, man. We were at a birthday party that I think either Matt Damien was giving for Ben Affleck. It was just a little gathering. It was at the Four Seasons. Will Smith and his sister and her husband, we were all sitting on this side of the room. Matt Damien, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, Puff, Will Smith, and Jada that was sitting on the other side of the room. So I know Puff so well that he stood up. When he stood up, he walked and did his own some kind of way, like, and then he was like this, like, and I went over towards him. I know to go over there towards him. So I go over towards him, and he said to me, he said, yo, I think Will and Jada is trying to scoop up Jennifer. I want you to stay close, because I'm a snuffer. I said to myself, Will Smith gonna beat the shit out you. No, Puff the scrap now. But I don't think he could beat Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? But he can scrap. You know what I'm saying? So then he said that.
During a concert in San Diego on December 12th, Will Smith denied ever attending a Diddy freak-off party. He said, I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I want to make it clear, I have nothing to do with Puffy. So, stop with all the memes and nonsense.
Will Smith claps back at memes of him and Sean Diddy Combs and speaks out for the first time about his history with the music mogul. The Oscar winner took the stage at the Observatory North Park in San Diego December 12th, and during a break in the show, the rapper called out memes he'd seen online trolling his past association with Combs, who is currently in jail awaiting trial on sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution charges. Videos of the moment have been posted online showing Will telling the sold-out crowd, the world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true. I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff, some of it's funny. But the Fresh Prince sets the record straight on where he really stands with Combs, formerly known as Puff Daddy or Puffy early in his career, saying he's not jiggy with the freak-offs or baby oil, in fact. He says to the audience, I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have shit to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all the memes. I can stop all of that bullshit. Will adds, I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. I do enough of my own shit. Don't be putting me in other people's bullshit. I ain't been nowhere near that man. I ain't did none of that stupid shit. So whenever y'all hearing if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. Per the federal indictment released after his September 16th arrest and obtained by E! News, Combs' freak-offs were described as elaborate sex performances during which female victims were compelled through force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers. The 54-year-old was also accused in the document of arranging, directing, masturbating during, and often electronically recording the freak-offs, as well as of transporting commercial sex workers across state lines and internationally. Per the indictment, among supplies seized by authorities from the music mogul's homes earlier this year were 1,000 bottles of baby oil. As with other charges and allegations he has faced recently, Combs has pleaded not guilty and maintains his innocence.
Celebrities like Meek Mill, Will Smith, Kevin Hart, and Ashton Kutcher are finally addressing the Diddy controversy publicly because they are worried. The FBI recently gained access to Diddy's freak-off tapes after Courtney Burgess handed over 8 tapes during an investigation. These celebrities know the tapes will reveal their involvement, and they are scrambling to distance themselves now to avoid facing jail later.
I would wonder if he's white or black. And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers that's bigger than Diddy, there's only one that I could come up with. And there's a few I could come up with. Will Smith. He's bigger than Diddy. I would think Nick Cannon is bigger than Diddy. Who else on the black that are black actors or black in the business? There's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy. That's black. That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers, you know, you got to realize he ran with that black that Rat Pack, and I don't want to even say their names, but they said I got their names wrong last time. What's his name? Kutcher. Was it the other guy? Leonardo. Yeah, his name. Man, I don't keep up with these cats, but I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shot. There's some other tapes out there of other people too with him. And him doing some things with some other people. So there's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they're hearing. And I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they're really true. Because if they got if they got some tapes out there and it's with some underage, whether it's celebrities or not, it's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be real crazy. And they're gonna have to bring that to the forefront because the prosecutor's gonna want those tapes. And they're gonna do whatever they have to do legally to get those tapes. No ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Rumors about Will and Jada's inappropriate behavior with children have been circulating for years. Fans now point to Jaden Smith's actions, suggesting his behavior mirrors that of abused children. Jaden seemingly abandoned his acting career and distanced himself from Hollywood, possibly because he became aware of the disturbing things happening behind closed doors.
I love Justin Bieber, but that's just a fact.
Well, talk about brotherly love. You couldn't miss this moment on your feeds. Justin Bieber giving pal Jaden Smith a kiss on the cheek at Coachella.
When I'm at school, sometimes my dad will just pull his pants down.
Hey!
Will is always, yeah, Will is always playing. He's
Okay.
Jaden jumped up and ran.
No, not on the set he wasn't trying to kiss me, but after the set he'll try to kiss me or anywhere else.
So what do you think? Is Jaden still too old to get kissed by his dear old dad?
Tom Hanks has also spoken out about the widespread sexual abuse in Hollywood, naming figures like R. Kelly, Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein, and now Sean Diddy Combs. These are just a few of the individuals exposed, but in reality, Hollywood is home to one of the largest rings in the world. None of these people acted alone. They had help. The 6 parties they hosted were packed with individuals, yet now everyone is trying to make it seem like Diddy was in this alone.
The idea that there are sexual predators in power, not just in Hollywood, I think all across any place there's a boss with underlings in any corporation or any industry, you have a type of sexual politics that goes on that can slide in between appropriate ethics and decorum to inappropriate behavior to the point of harassment and sexual predatory behavior.
Well, I mean, I think people understand that, but the larger question is there a culture of complicity in Hollywood where women are afraid to speak up because they'll be blacklisted, men are afraid to speak up because either they're out of the same fear or they just think, well, this is the way the system works.
I think there are people that say, hey, this is how it works, pure and simple. And this is why I got into it, and this is why I have power. This is how it works, and you have to understand that. That does not carry the day. Complicity is also complicity. The people who know, well, look, this is how we do business, and that's what it got to be done. I'm sorry it's like that. So beware. That's also present, without a doubt, but it does not carry the day. There's also people that were afraid to speak out, who were victims, that did not go forward, that signed, negotiated settlement deals of which a non-disclosure agreement was part and parcel to it. That also does not.
Diddy's arrest has sent shockwaves through the music industry, with former close friends distancing themselves from him. Jay-Z, once Diddy's closest confidant after his mother, now claims he only did business with him. The allegations against Diddy's associates aren't new. Jaguar Wright and Gene Deal have long spoken out about the alleged abuse carried out by Jay-Z and Diddy. However, it's only now that people are beginning to take their claims seriously.
About Jay-Z, the artist, the businessman. Well, the complaint begins. Defendant Sean Combs, along with his longtime friend and collaborator, Sean Carter, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after-party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. Another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor. Many others were present at the after-party but did nothing to stop the assault. Combs had been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequences. He believes he is above the law. He is not. His close friend Sean Carter has been with Combs during many such instances described herein. Both perpetrators must face justice. So that seems to suggest that Sean Carter, Jay-Z, was not only present or participated in this alleged, what is essentially a crime, but for other instances. And that's really interesting. That's why I bring up this idea of, could he be hit with more lawsuits if you take these allegations as true? Now, the complaint goes on to say, Combs and Carter were not simply occasional collaborators in the music industry. The two men developed a close friendship that has been well documented from the late 1990s to the present. Together, they attended countless music industry events for each other's business ventures, parties, and after parties. Indeed, the two are apparently so close that Combs stated in 2023 that Carter is the only person, other than Combs' mother, who is allowed to call him by his legal first name of Sean. In 2000, near the height of their fame, power, and influence, Combs and Carter attended the 2000 Video Music Awards in New York City. Afterwards, Combs hosted an after-party for many of the most famous celebrities in the music and entertainment industries, including Carter, which is where the events alleged in this complaint occurred. I should also say that Busby also used this complaint to address an alleged harassment campaign that he claims Jay-Z started after Busby reached out about his involvement in the suit. The complaint reads, Carter was identified in plaintiff's original complaint as Celebrity A. Prior to the filing of this amended complaint, Carter received a letter from plaintiff's counsel requesting a mediation to resolve this matter. Upon present information and belief, Jay-Z responded to said letter by not only filing an utterly frivolous lawsuit, the one I mentioned before, but by also orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against plaintiff's lawyers, their families, employees, and former associates in an attempt to silence plaintiff from naming Jay-Z herein. This effort was meant to scare plaintiff and to discredit her counsel. That effort failed. Indeed, plaintiff chose to file this amendment as a result of the egregious conduct perpetuated by
Courtney Burgess, a close friend of Diddy's late ex-wife Kim Porter, handed over 8 tapes and 11 flash drives to the FBI. These flash drives reportedly contain Kim Porter's diary, which includes detailed accounts of how Diddy ran his operation. Courtney was summoned to testify in front of a grand jury, where the tapes were played.
And those statements include descriptions of what the witness says he saw on those tapes. So I asked him about that, and he answered what he could, given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury. Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know
Appeared
if
to
they
be.
were. Right.
Sure.
Appeared to
Let
be.
me rephrase
right.
it.
Based on, yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appeared to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them. All of them.
Out of those 8, how many appear to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think all, to be honest, all.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized,
Yeah,
meaning this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing, I guess, how much proof it was in it of they was doing.
As the FBI tightens its grip and more shocking revelations emerge, it's clear the fallout from Diddy's case is far from over. What do you think will happen next? Will more big names be exposed, or will Hollywood manage to bury the truth? Share your thoughts in the comments. Celeb Spotlight.